Here at Studio 5, we believe the friendships that mean the most are the ones that go beyond the surface level, right? And it's fulfilling. I would say it's also rewarding to connect with a girlfriend on that deeper level. Well, that was the inspiration behind our Take 5 series. Each month we grow closer to well-known women by inviting them to answer 5 viewer-submitted questions. So not my questions, but your questions. And these questions were written with the intent to get to know a good girlfriend on a real, genuine level. Well, this month's featured Take 5 guest is Erika Peterson, the founder and CEO of the health and wellness company Clean Simple Eats. As CEO, Erika is intimately involved in the creation of all of the products that we know and love, the green mixes, the collagen, and more. They even have an app that helps you plan and prep your meals, making a healthy lifestyle attainable. Clean Simple Eats is one of the fastest growing health and wellness brands with more than 175 products sold online and at retail stores across the country. We are so excited to meet the person, the brain, the heart behind the products many of you use daily. Erika, welcome to Studio 5.
Thanks so much for having me.
Sister, congratulations.
Well, that was quite the nice introduction.
You have built a brand, you have built a legacy, and I asked you during the commercial break, do you still have pinch me moments when you're walking down the aisle of a store and you're like, I did that, that's mine, that's cool.
All the time. Walking into stores, I'm just like, wait, is that our stuff?
That is so, we're cheering you on, shaking our pom-poms as fast and furious as we can. Before we get into the viewer questions, the hard-hitting, take us deep, don't know what's coming kind of questions, set the scene for us with a few kind of rapid-fire foundational answers, like you're a mom.
Yes.
4 kids.
Yes.
What is your favorite thing about this stage of parenting?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've heard we're in the sweet spot, and I totally agree.
What's your age range?
So I have girl, boy, 15, 13, 10, and 6.
Okay.
So I have the teenagers who, my oldest she has her permit, so she's driving me around, and we like chat like girlfriends.
Yeah.
And so I've got the teenagers that are super fun, have a fun sense of humor, we can joke around, but then I also have my little 10 and 6-year-old that still want to snuggle and hold my hand.
Yes, and they're home, I
buddies.
imagine. They want to be home still.
Yes, still want to be home with me, so.
Such a beautiful
good
family.
Sweet spot.
You started Clean Simple Eats with your husband, JJ, 10 years ago, and I'm sure you're asked all the time, what is it like working together as a partnership?
We're one of those weird couples that just wants to hang out all the time.
Aww.
So I have friends that are like, I could never be with my husband that much, but it has been the greatest blessing for our family. And he is like my #1 cheerleader, biggest support, and It's been amazing.
You guys are a dynamic duo, and everyone has their favorites. What's your favorite Clean Simple Eat product? Come on, one, pin you down.
That's like asking me my favorite child.
I know, but I asked.
I'm gonna give you 3.
No,
okay,
what?
1? Okay. I've got to lean on the greens right now because we just launched new flavors.
Yeah.
So I'm obsessing with the green apple greens.
So those are the flavors that you were loving.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
We love them too at our house. All right, you know the drill, or you've been prepped at least. Viewers submitted questions to get to know you a little bit better. So take a dip, hand it over, and we'll chat. We will chat. We don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming. What do you feel like has been your greatest win in life so far, Erika?
Ooh, okay.
Your greatest win.
Kind of just talked about this, so not to be redundant, but honestly, my husband, we met when we were 16, 17 in high school, and I feel just so lucky that I met him young because I was able to snatch him up, but he treats me like a queen, like every woman should be treated, and he will just do all the hard things, like he does the laundry and the dishes, does carpools,
Is he blushing or beaming? I don't know, a little bit of both. He's in the shadows of the studio today.
If you know him, he is just like the biggest support and my biggest win in life. For sure.
I love that answer so very much. And I love hearing a woman who openly gushes, a man too, about their relationship, about their marriage. I don't think we do that enough. So way to go, way to be an advocate.
Very true.
All right, question 2.
Okay.
Question 2.
That was an easy one,
so far.
Right? So
just gushed about your true love.
Fingers crossed here.
What's a trait you have that you hope to pass on to your kids?
Ooh. That one is tricky.
I like playing at the positive here.
Yeah, good question. I have a creative side.
Yeah?
And I love being a creator. I love creating things that add value to other people's lives. So I would love to pass that on to my kids. I hope they all have a creative gene in them, no matter what direction that takes them.
Was that something you discovered later in life, or have you always had kind of a creative draw?
So a lot of my family are creative, like videographers and artists, and I was like, oh, I'm not a creative. And then I got in the kitchen and I didn't discover that I was a cook or I could write recipes or take photos, food photos, until later on, I mean like 10 years ago. And so that was something I didn't see myself as a creative growing up, but yeah, now I'm like, I'm a creative, and just had to be discovered.
Probably fun too to see how that trait has been able to develop into like a really successful business. I think a lot of times we think of business success as like the left brain boxes that we
Yes.
check.
Which I don't have.
I would beg to differ, but to see creativity poured into your business has to be super satisfying. Let's hope your cute kids get those as well.
Yes.
All right, question 3, sister. You're killing it. You're crushing it.
Oh, geez.
If there was a grade, you'd be an A.
Thank
All
you.
right, we already talked about JJ.
Yes,
So I'm going to
okay.
take him out of the equation
Okay.
of this question, just for the sake of variety. But who else do you admire and why?
Ooh,
Who do you admire and why?
I would have to say, so growing up, I had an older brother he's 4 years older than me, but he is the life of the party. He is like, when he shows up, everyone's smiling, laughing, like there's always got to be music playing.
Aww.
And he's just someone that brings like soul to a room, you know?
Oh.
So yeah, he is probably the person that I just admire so much. He always let me just hang around with all of his friends and just was always such a positive influence in my life.
I
So,
see some tenderness in your eyes.
Totally. I'm an emotional person.
Those
so.
sibling connections, though, they run deep. And
Totally.
we did a segment, a topic not too long ago with our parenting contributor, and she pointed out they're the longest relationship that you'll have on this earth. And it's special. I feel
That's
that. I
so
feel that as
true.
you talk
Yeah.
about him,
Yeah.
your big bro. That's cool. All right, 3 down, 2 more to go. We'll be back with Erika Peterson, CEO of Clean Simple Eats, our special Take 5 guest. 2 more questions to answer after the break. I'm just making all sorts of new connections with Erika Peterson. Welcome back to Studio 5, sitting with our featured Take 5 guest this month, Erika Peterson, the founder and CEO of the health and wellness company Clean Simple Eats. She's been taking your questions today as part of our Take 5 series. She nailed 3. I mean, just easy breezy cover girl here. 2 more. Dip into this jar for us.
Some hard hitters here.
Well, you've done well. You've done well. A few, she said, took her by surprise. There was a little bit of mist behind those eyes on the last one, but oh my gosh, and we'll continue that theme of siblings,
geez, okay.
which is what brought on the emotion before the break. But how do you stay connected to your siblings, Erika?
Yeah, so I have 4 siblings. I have 3 sisters and a brother, and my husband also comes from a huge family. So we have continued the tradition, even though we are the babies of the family, well, I'm second to youngest, of getting together every Sunday for Sunday dinner. So we alternate between families, and it is our greatest joy to be able to catch up with them twice a month.
Yeah.
And sometimes we sneak in a family vacay once a year or every other year, but yeah, I've stayed super close to my siblings. They're like my besties.
There is such power in those rituals, right? Those Sunday dinners. And I was chatting with my own sister not too long ago, and we were like, are we doing it? Like, meaning, are we connecting, making the same connections for our kids that I feel for my cousins and my
Right,
siblings?
yeah.
Like, are we doing it? It
I
takes
love the
purposeful
cousins
effort, though. And you're a busy
relationships.
family, so
Yeah.
how do you make that a priority?
Sundays have just been our day, and so that's when we connect. I feel like everyone's going every which way during the weekdays, and so Sundays are just our special time to committed to family. So.
I love it. You do have to commit and make
Yeah.
the time. All right, one final. How funny it took on this sibling theme.
I know, we got the sibling theme going on.
Okay, final Take 5. We'll just end on a light note,
Okay.
but it's appropriate for you as a food creator and food appreciator. What is a meal that reminds you of your childhood? I'm guessing it's not powdered greens.
Not powdered greens.
I just going out on a limb there. Going out on a limb. Children of the 80s,
Oh
I
my
assume.
gosh,
We grew up
yes.
on white bread and
Totally.
mac and cheese.
Casseroles, and so that's one I'm going to mention.
Okay.
It's tuna casserole with the potato chips crumbled on top. Did you ever have that?
I haven't thought about tuna casserole for.
Oh my
How did your mom
gosh.
make it then?
So she did the tuna with the noodles and
Yeah.
probably like cream of chicken
For
soup
sure,
or something, or
Campbell's
mushroom
soup. Yes, yes.
And then it always had to have the crunchy potato chips. And then second day, they were kind of soggy, like not so good.
How have you kept a balance, though, with a focus on health and nutrition and whole food and well-being? Tell me you still appreciate a tuna casserole type food
gosh.
now and then.
I actually have a tuna casserole in one of my meal plans.
Do you?
Yeah, just for my mom. Most of the recipes you'll find are junk food, comfort foods
Yeah.
that we all love.
Yeah.
Because I'm a junk foodie at heart.
Are you really?
Yeah, and that's why all of our stuff tastes so good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it has to taste like dessert.
What's your splurge if you're going to have one? If you're going to break rank, break away from the meal plan?
I've become an ice cream gal.
Yeah, a good ice cream.
Handles.
Yes.
I get like the sample platter with
Yes.
the 4 different flavors.
See, we didn't think we could love her anymore, but now she's brought ice cream into the equation, and we're all in. Erika, thank you so much. We're such a fan. Grateful to have your time and your light and cheering you on. with
Thanks
all
so
your
much for
success
having me.
and
It's been
pursuit.
great.